Hello all, welcome to Netbook. Today I'm planning to talk about data graph, the continuation part of previous video. In my previous video, I explained about data graph, and in the next video, then I explained about the demo part. And in today's video, I'm going to show how we can externally call this data graph APIs from the Postman or from the external system. I'm going to show today from the Postman how we can do that. Then I'm going to show the logging in data graph and the debugging the application. I won't say debugging, it is kind of a troubleshooting of data graph APIs. That is what I'm going to talk about it, as well as some of the limitations or restrictions in a Anypoint data graph. This is what I'm going to discuss today. If you haven't seen my previous video, please watch my previous video. Click on above link, you can see the previous videos. And then for that continuation, I'm going to come over here. You can see from the Anypoint platform, I have something called data graph over here. I'm clicking on unify and come zoom. Over here, I can test my unified schema. From here, I can test Anypoint data graph API and I can fetch data from the unified schema. If I click on that unified schema, I should be able to see all the queries which is available to query. You can see over here, and I can fetch the data from this unified schema. Click on run query, which I have shown in my previous video also, and I have used this data to fetch the data. Now click on this link and run the query. This is my query, current query. You should be able to see the data right. Now, what I want to do is, let me get it. As of now, this data is bringing only from the fulfillment API. Let me get some more data. I'm going to get customer by ID. I'm going to say over here, ID, I need to pass a ID over here. I'm going to pass it over here. So what I'm doing over here, I'm fetching a customer details over here. I'm going to fetch a customer ID. I want to get a first name. I want to get email ID and I want to get create data. That's it. So run this query and see that this is the response I'm getting. Like this, you can build a query using the query language, that is GraphQL language. We can use it over here. Now, what I want to do is I want to test this API, Anypoint data graph from the Postman, how I can test it. So you can see over here, copy endpoint. From here, when you click on that, you can see over here, the URL for Anypoint data graph API. Copy this. I'm going to click on Postman over here and enter over here the URL. And this should be post method and go to the body. From the body, you can see GraphQL over here. You need to pass a query over here. What is my query? This is the query which I want to run it. Copy this query and put it over here. That is how we can pass a query. Now, this is the client ID which I'm going to copy, and in the header, I'm going to say client ID. I'm going to pass it over here. Similarly, I'm going to copy client secret over here. This is my client secret. I can say client secret. I'm going to pass it over. Coming back to the body, I can submit a request over here. And over here, you can see the data from the fulfillment. I'm getting this data. And from the customer API, I'm getting this data. So that is how we can fetch a data from the GraphQL. From the Postman, we can test it. Now, the second part, what I want to show is, I want to see the logins for this. How I can see the log. You can see the view response log over here. When you click on that, you should be able to see the logins for the particular call over here. And you can see over here, otherwise, remove this correlation ID. You can see entire logs over here. And this is the live console where it will be updated frequently. If I click on again this request, it will be regenerated. You can see that is how we can check the logins over here. And then I want to see the each API, what is the response time it is taking. So when I click on this, trace, run again, you can see the trace query response time. Get this customer by ID is taking 87 milliseconds. The validation it took around 1 millisecond and parsing it took 2 milliseconds. Fulfillment API which took 824 milliseconds. This is how we can see the data also. Even you can see for each field, if I want to get ID, it took less than 1 millisecond. So each field, how much time it is taking also, it is going to show over here. So from here, we can check the time, the response time for each API, how much time it took, and for each element, how much time it took. Entire things can be verified over here. That is how we can, troubleshoot using the logging as well as from the response time. Based on the response time, which field is taking more time and all, we can check the data over here. We discussed about how we can test it from the Postman, and we discussed about how we can use the Anypoint Data Graph console for logging and tracing the response timings, and how we can get the results also we have seen over here. And if you are very good at GraphQL queries, you can write a better query. Even you can write it a better query over here also from the Postman, and you can test it also. So we learn now data graph, but you need to know some of the limitations about data graph. Let's move on to limitations of data graph. This Anypoint data graph, which supports only the RAML and OpenAPI specifications as of now. In any other formats, like it is not going to support. And it supports only the GET methods. If my API is implemented, customer API is implemented some post methods and all, GraphQL or Anypoint data graph can't use it for posting something. You can fetch only the data. And in Anypoint data graph, you can add up to 250 APIs per unified schema. That means if I go to this, my unified schema, let me go back over here, Anypoint data graph, unified schema, this is unified schema, list of APIs added. If we see that I have now 4 APIs added over here. That means you can add it up to 250 APIs over here. That's it. The next thing is you can have up to 16,000 fields per unified schema. Now, if I go to unified schema over here, address has address line 1, address line 2, city, country, name, like this. So in your unified schema, maximum this kind of a fields you can add as 16,000 fields. And Anypoint data graph restrictions for the downstream API calls. That means you are going to call the customer API or product API like this, right? In that you have some of the restrictions. So the maximum of 150 concurrent or ongoing calls per unified schema. That means from this API, maximum 150 concurrent calls you can make it. And a 5 seconds timeout per call. Now I have two calls over here, customer API call and over here fulfillment API call. For each API call, you have only 5 seconds is the timeout. It will be by default. And maximum of 5 MB for of response data per call. That means if you are fetching a customer by ID from this API, maximum you can get it 5 MB of data. If we have more than 5 MB data, it will give an error. So I have fulfillment API, which will also allow 5 MB. So each API call can fetch 5 MB of data for each response. Now, a 30 seconds of timeout per query. That means this is one query which I'm going to pass it from here. From this, when you submit a request, it is the timeout is 30 seconds for this. Within 30 seconds, if you are not getting a response, it will get timed out. And maximum of 100 fields 100 selected fields per query. So that means in this query, if you see, I'm fetching over here updated at ID, created at tracking company, the 4 fields. And from the customer API, I'm fetching 4 fields. That means 8 fields I'm trying to fetch it. So like this, for each query, you can have 100 fields only, you can fetch it. And then maximum depth of 100 fields per query. For example, following query has depth of 6. That means over here, you can see the order by order ID, that is depth 0. Order items is depth 1. Like this, that means each braces, whatever it is opening, that depth you can use maximum 100 fields depth per query. Over here, if you see in this, I have only one depth over here, this one, that is depth 0 and depth 1. So inside that, if you have something address and all, within that, again, if you are having some fields, you can fetch it up to 100 depth of each query. Okay, these are the limitations which are currently in a data graph. I hope MuleSoft is going to improve some more things and they are going to help the customer to use better way this data graph. That's it for today. We learned about data graph. We learned about the some of the restrictions about data graph. So you can try to use it in your organizations, implement the APIs using this data graph. Thank you for watching this video. That's it for today. Please like, share, subscribe Netbook.